When I was studying the piano at the conservatory that I went to, I went there as a very competitive person and I wanted to be the best pianist that was there. That was never going to happen. But nonetheless, I was very highly motivated to practice. So I would go to a practice room every morning at 6 o'clock and I would practice for several hours before any other pianist got out of bed to practice. And in my first year of studying there, I practiced on average 8 hours a day. And I also practiced chamber music, so playing with string players in a piano quintet, for example. I then obviously had lectures and classes about the piano, and I had my one-to-one piano lesson, which was 90 minutes. So I spent more time in the day pressing keys on a piano than I did doing anything else. The problem was that other pianists were doing a lot less practice than me, yet they managed to learn very, very difficult pieces much, much quicker than I could. And so I tried to make my piano practice super efficient. And in my second year, I limited the amount of time that I allowed myself to practice. And to do this, I actually wrote myself a practice planner, and I even had it properly printed into a book so I could take it into my practice sessions. But essentially what I would do is before I went to the practice session, I would write down which piece I was learning, exactly what bars I needed to practice, what the problem was in those bars, and how I was going to fix that problem. Because what I was doing in my practice sessions before was I was going into the practice room, I was playing through the piece of music, I would then kind of sit there thinking there's a lot of problems to fix. I would then go on my phone because obviously we can't live without regular dopamine. Then I would have forgotten the things that were problems in the piece, and then I would just play it again, and I would do that over and over again. Whereas by pre-planning the exact things that I wanted to fix in that piece and the exact amount of time I was going to spend on that particular problem, not only did I know exactly the problems that I was going to fix, but I also knew the exact method I was going to use in order to try and fix that problem.